contraction can exist on a lot of different levels, right? You can have, if you think of it physically, right, you can have a physical contraction, and it's a great example. If you physically contract your body as much as you possibly can, it's very difficult to move, right? You're stuck, you're stiff, you're frozen, right? You have to release in order to be able to move. And then it's the same thing mentally. You can have a very high level, which is common nowadays, right? You can have a very high level of mental contraction where you're approaching things with a lot of fear. There's a lot of worry, right? The emotion and the thoughts kind of tie in, right? Where there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of overthinking, there's a lot of, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that because of this, and this, and sometimes not even consciously, sometimes unconsciously, but it's set up that way. So now you have all of this really try hard thinking that the harder you try, the more effective you're going to be, right? Because it feels that way when you're not fully conscious. It feels like if you're squeezing yourself really hard, it feels like you got a lot of strength, a lot of power, right? But you're actually cutting off the majority of your power. It's just a feeling. There's no application of that power. And so that contraction, in the same way, if you're trying to attempt to achieve something, right, there needs to be a direction. You need to set yourself and to know. But then you want to be able to carry your whole self and step into that with all of you. The more you try to force, the more you try to beat yourself up and make yourself do that, what you're actually doing is you are creating a variety of contractions on a variety of levels. So it can be as simple as, let's say you have a situation arise, something pops up, and now we've all had that experience where you've got this intense knot in your stomach, right? This is a form of contraction. You can contract muscularly, you can contract your organs, you can brace yourself and close yourself up and shut yourself off to try to force yourself into a certain direction on a variety of levels. You can feel all of that, okay? And if you can't feel that, then you want to get to the point where you can feel that, because there is a lot of layers to self, and there's a lot of layers that we hold contractions on that we've numbed out from and are no longer conscious and aware of. And that saps our power. It takes away from our power. It takes away from our unity, right? It's very different. Your question, how do I get up at 5 a.m., right? The answer, you get up at 5 a.m. If you can't get up at 5 a.m., then you need to understand what's going on inside that's stopping you. And I'm not talking about the obvious. Obviously, if you go to sleep at 4:30 a.m., you're not going to get up at 5 a.m., okay? Right. But if you're going to sleep at 4:30 a.m., then the question is also, why? A lot of people miss the first half of transformation or change work, whatever you want to call it, right? Where the big thing is, I want to get to this point. I want to be this person. I want to be like this. I want to do this. I want to achieve that. And they know where they want to go, but they have no idea where they are at. What is going on in the totality of yourself right now? How conscious of that are you?